Yo.
What up? What up?
Woo. We not alone no more, dog. We not alone no more. Let's go.
Finally, the aliens have come back.
You inspired by the WrestleMania this weekend, weren't you? Did you watch it?
Bro, I gotta watch that. Actually,
I
have not watched it. They did a 2-day event.
Okay.
But if you have ESPN, I guess Unlimited, which I think I get that shit free with my cable subscription.
Okay.
Anyway, it's on ESPN. If you guys have not seen it, WrestleMania. If you guys are into that, I don't watch it like I used to.
Yeah. The WrestleMania one tends to kind of get.
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You know, and I do, and I had like I'm a fan of Cameron, like old hip hop head.
Yeah.
Cameron, he had something on his podcast recently where he had one of the wrestling guys on there.
Yeah, Jey Uso, yeah.
And he talked shit, and then, dude, that shit had me like, yo, is that real? Because Cameron talks, like, the way that he was talking shit to him is right on brand with how Cameron talks shit.
No, it is. I was like, yo, you're becoming your
You're right,
you can't tell the difference between what's
bro. The moment when I sent it to you and you go, oh, he's probably gonna be in WrestleMania, and I'm like, oh yeah, right?
Yeah.
But I went back and watched it, and like, so for instance, a couple of months ago, I think I saw a clip from Cameron's podcast. So for those of you who don't know, Cameron does a podcast with Mace, right?
Yeah.
And he had
It is what it is, right? It is what it is.
I'm not even sure what it's called. But shout out to those guys.
Shout out to y'all.
Man.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's called It Is What It Is, but shout out to those guys, man.
So he had Adrian Broner, the boxer, which Adrian Broner's a wild boy.
He is.
And so Adrian Broner was hitting on. They had like a female co-host.
Oh yeah.
He was hitting on her, and Cameron goes like, yo man, don't like chill.
Cut it out. Yeah, chill. Yeah.
And then he doesn't, and then he just goes like, yo, not for nothing, bro. Like I already told you, like she's married. Like we don't play like that. But we'll pay you whatever we want or whatever we guaranteed you. But this interview's over, bro. Like you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So like he was like,
yo, kudos to him.
Yes,
for that, bro.
absolutely.
Like yo, if you're that chick, you remember that. You know, like not your boss or whatever, like your coworker sticking up for you, but like Cameron for. Yo, you're gonna respect her. Like you're not gonna have somebody else walk into your house, right? Like, cause it's his podcast, right? That's his house,
right? And
then come in there and disrespect the people that work with, or make them feel uncomfortable, right? Like, and do that. So like, I remember when that shit happened, going like, yo, good for you, bro.
Me too, man.
Telling, hey, yo, not for nothing. Adrian Broner he was an asshole about doing that, but he kind of just took it. He didn't start no beef, right?
No, he didn't. He left, right? He left.
At least, cause that shit could have got. Egos could have got involved and it could have got ugly real quick, but like.
So I felt the same energy from Cameron when he was talking to Uso, and he was like, and then he goes, he looks over at his producer and he goes, "Yo, man, not for nothing, like, stop bringing me these Saturday, WrestleMania dudes. I want the Sunday guys, man.
Which is supposed to be like Sunday's like the main event.
The main event day, right? Yeah. And then Uso is like, yo, you being kind of disrespectful. So the interaction seemed very like authentic. It was like Cameron was sort of being on brand, and then Uso was almost like when he was being talked to in that manner, he was like surprised by it, or at least appeared to be. But those guys are actors, right? So like
he's used to doing that shit.
So kudos to them, man. And so I'm like, I haven't seen it yet. I'm definitely gonna watch it. So if you have ESPN Unlimited, you could watch fucking WrestleMania.
I am so upset with ESPN. It's fuck ESPN right now for a long time. Yo, fuck you, ESPN. Bro, their whole subscription model.
He said that.
So, I said it. Fuck you, ESPN. Bro, their whole subscription model now is confusing as fuck. Like, it's like, oh, you can pay for ESPN or ESPN Plus or ESPN Unlimited and then it's like, and you get XYZ, and then you'll buy the shit, and then you think you get access to this, and then you try to watch it, and then it's like, oh no, sorry, you don't have the package that's that, and then you have to fucking buy up, even though I'm like, well, I already had you through my cable subscriber, and then I subscribed to ESPN Plus, but evidently subscribing to you through 2 places isn't enough. Now I gotta buy this other shit.
Right,
and it's like,
right.
yeah, fuck you, ESPN. So you know what I did? I cut off everything.
You cut everything.
I cut all my shit now. All I have are just the
Juan ain't got no channels.
I ain't got
right
no
now.
channels, bro. I got like 8 channels, and then every streaming service that's not live. So I still spend $700 a month on streaming services. That's that screaming because that's what I be doing every time I see the fucking my subscription services hit my bank account. But
so on that, yo, welcome back, everybody, to the Carbon Improvement Podcast. He's Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit him with a drink of the day.
I don't even remember what this shit's called because I'm fucked up.
Read the bottle.
So we had I started this going like I'm only gonna have 2 and I'm gonna have my 3rd on the podcast. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, this bottle's almost empty.
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd, so I'm good to go.
It wasn't Sean, but so no, I've been itching for a Scotch drink, and I picked this up at Total Wine a few weeks back, not knowing what I was gonna do with it.
Yeah.
And then, and so I decided on the recipe and some bits and pieces. So we did what we're gonna call the Highland Gold Rush. It is a Scotch that we did this week. This Scotch is called the Alexander Murray and Co. It's a 10-year Scotch from the Highlands, a single malt Scotch whiskey. So for you guys who are Scotch aficionados, you probably have heard of it, or you've had it, or you think it sucks or whatever. But I'm sure you're familiar. It seemed to be a popular a brand at Total Wine, and they had obviously different variations of it. I think I saw like 5 or 6 different bottles in terms of different years, but I'd never tried it. So whenever I try like a Scotch or a bourbon or a whiskey for the first time, I like to start at the bottom and then work my way through it. So anyway, so I picked this up. I didn't know what to do, but we did this Highland Gold Rush, and so it's 2 ounces of the Scotch in a cocktail shaker filled with ice. We did 2 ounces of that. We did 3/4 ounce of honey syrup, which is basically 2 parts honey, 1 part honey, 2 parts water, mixed together in like a mason jar, and that's basically how I made it. So honey syrup, so 3/4 ounce honey syrup, and about 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. And that's it. The three ingredients. We shook that up in a cocktail shaker, poured in a rocks glass with a large ball of ice, and I garnished this with a dehydrated lemon. Adds a nice little pretty taste to it, but you guys don't have to do that. I'm also wondering if this would have been good with mint as the garnish and the scent and all that. So we may have to try that. But so cocktail shaker filled with ice. Do the 3/4 ounce of the honey syrup. Do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. 2 ounces of the Highland Alexander Murray and Co. 10-year Scotch. Shake that up real nice. Pour it in the rocks glass with a giant ball of ice, and that's it, man. It's delicious. Too delicious because I've been going through these like Kool-Aid. It's a little puckery. If you like the puckery, maybe go 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. What I do find that helps, and I got this off of someone off TikTok, is if you take saline and do 2 drops of it. Anytime you do anything citrusy, the 2 drops of saline, you wouldn't think 2 drops make a difference. Yeah. It absolutely does. I've tried the before and the afters on both.
So does it take away the puckery of
puckery, yeah. Okay. It takes it. It almost balances it out, the flavors of where like you can taste the lemon, but it's not too puckery.
Where do you get? I mean, saline like for drinks?
Amazon, bro. I just saline water. It's probably meant to clean wounds. So when there's a shortage on that shit, because we're bombing half of the world right now, and y'all can't get saline, it's in my kitchen. I got to make sure I got my cocktail ingredients on.
That's right. That's right.
But it's delicious, man. It's good. If you're a Scotch drinker, it's great. You can still taste the Scotch.
Yeah, if you put too much lemon juice, it does kill the Scotch taste. So we did back off on that a little bit. But yeah, this drink is good, man.
That's good. I like it, man. And Scotch I find Scotch to be a difficult liquor to mix with something. Well, I think we did a Lagavulin 16 here once with Coca-Cola, which is like frowned upon, but it tastes phenomenal with Coke. That smoky flavor with the Coke is good. Lagavulin is normally something you probably want to just drink straight up. Yeah. It's difficult to get a Scotch to mix well in a cocktail. I will say the old fashioned, if you can do a smoked old fashioned with certain scotches, is great. But this is good. I like it. I'm like, I could do this. It's not difficult. It's in our. I know we've been on this 3 ingredient kick lately. Trying to that it's in the 3 ingredient space, and then it's different. I think if you're someone who does the whiskeys and the bourbons and tequilas and the rums, the dark rums and all that, it's something to switch it up.
Try it out.
Yeah.
All right, Carb Pimpin' of the week. We already hinted going out to. I don't know if this U.S. government or the aliens. It's the aliens.
Give it to the aliens, bro.
It's the aliens.
Give it to the aliens.
I mean, I got to give it to the aliens. Like there's been so much talk in the last week about, actually the last several weeks, right? About folks that are sort of like have knowledge of sort of like space and perhaps alien knowledge, like have come up, disappeared, and congressmen and former congressmen coming out talking about aliens and like there's programs of like interbreeding with humans. I don't know if you guys have seen this or it's just my feed.
I'm in tinfoil hat mode like a motherfucker, bro.
But even Trump has been like, I'm about to release all this stuff, man. So
that's how I know the Epstein files is fucking lit, bro. Because we getting aliens, we bombing Iran, Iran, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's not gonna be around.
And gas prices is going
gas
up.
Gas prices at $75 a gallon, bro. Up. Y'all were complaining about eggs before. This shit is crazy. That's how I know whatever's in those files has to be amazing. Because we're getting all the shit. Tomorrow we're gonna know who killed JFK. We're gonna know the answer to everything, bro, in the next 2 months. I'm telling you, the government is coming out with. It's like, I hate to be that like weird conspiracy theorist person, but I'm at this point now where I go, I assume that everything has a reason of why it's happening. There can't be coincidental. The war can't be coincidental. And I know part of that is there's people who think whatever our ties are to Israel and yada yada. But it's hard not to go, the Epstein files came out and there was some wild shit in there, and suddenly we're in war and we're in space, and now the aliens are coming. It's just bro.
It all feels like a distraction.
It feels very much like a distraction. And also the elections are coming. And so it's that. So I'm like, gas prices are going to go down right before the election, right before all that. We're about to get checks or something. It's so predictable in the way the cycle has always worked, but it's easy for us to forget in these 18-month cycles when these midterms come or whatever.
Dude, is it a tinfoil hat sort of conspiracy if you don't believe that there's aliens?
Yeah,
at this point, again, just understanding what we know about space. Yeah. To go, okay, we're not the only ones in the universe, right? It's not far fetched to think that there's other life that has visited here.
Well, I think the thing that happens with the aliens specifically is that people hear the word aliens and they think little green Martian or whatever, whatever weird looking critters they have in their mind that is an alien, and so that visual I think feels silly, and so you kind of override the. And maybe I'm giving people too much credit. You almost override the practical or the common sense part of your brain to say, to your point before, where you're saying we know so much about space and about its vastness, and we also know so little. So it's what we know is it's so big and so vast, and we would be so arrogant and ignorant to think that we're the only species or anything really capable of human life or of life, sorry. And so because our perception of what life can be is probably so...
It's limited.
Right? In the scope of what the universe is, right? We can't be that naive to think that we're the only things capable of surviving in this entire galaxy, let alone the universe. It's and those are two very different things. So And they're both so incredibly big that I don't know. It's like we can't possibly think that in a universe this big, we're the only things capable of surviving on this one tiny rock that in
Dude,
the middle of nowhere.
I love the sort of the pictures of the Milky Way galaxy, and then they sort of like show the galaxy, and then they point to this thing that you can't see, and it's Earth, right? And they just go like, this is like everything that you ever read in history books. Everybody that you've ever known, every war, every famine, every disease, every piece of history that we've ever known has happened on that little. And it's barely, when you look at when you look at sort of like a picture of like the galaxy, it's barely a dot, bro. Like the sun is a dot.
Right.
Right, and so there's what do we say, a million Earths fit inside the sun?
Yeah.
So it's like a speck of dust within this. It's crazy,
the
bro.
Sheer scale of a million.
Bro. Yeah, it's insane.
You know which one got me off air earlier? You were showing me a video of one of the astronauts from Artemis. And and it was an Earth set. We see sunsets. And it was an Earth set. And for you guys that haven't seen it, look that up. It's one of those things that when you see it initially, it's easy to take for granted because it feels fake or it feels like something you've seen in a movie or it feels
it's just
like
surreal.
An image. It's so surreal. But if you stop and think about what you're watching, it's someone's perception, or not even. It's real. It was their perspective of them looking back at the Earth from the other side of the moon, and watching the Earth set the same way we watch the moon or the sun set, on Earth, and I think if you're there, right, Earth is just another rock in the galaxy, and I think that for me went, oh man, you can't be looking at everything those guys are looking at and going, life is only capable on that thing,
right?
Like, I don't know, maybe it's the fucking Scotch talking
no,
thing, but like,
I
mean, bro, I think that we're getting into this space where, the positive of how fucked up this current administration is that we're getting to uncover shit by accident that I think was always out there that we always wanted to know the answer to. But I think too, there's no going back, right? Like there's no, once you tell us the aliens and you give us the facts, like once the Area 51 or whatever the fuck shit comes out, that's like we've always speculated on. Once you've confirmed it for us, there's no going back to that. And so, I think when we're looking at carbon footprints, it's like, is this the beginning of a life we used to know? Where it was like speculative versus knowing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense or it's like,
no, it is.
Yeah.
So like, and then here's the thing. Like, if let's just say there are, right, like there are aliens like that are here. It's just like, do they live among us? And then in what respect, right? Like, are you like, is your wife or your husband an alien or a part alien? And then is that grounds for divorce?
With that, I was gonna say
I was tired of her anyway. And now she's not even a human.
If you be like, man, she never understands what I'm trying to say. This would explain everything. You be like, man, are you from another planet? I don't understand why you don't get this.
That whole men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That shit could be true.
She'd be like, actually, it's one of their moons, but all right. It's one of Venus's moons, but okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like that could be grounds for,
Bro, you were as part of the story. There was a story this week. I think I cut you off before you got to it. Like of someone talking about a government official talking about.
Yeah, it was. And I can't remember the guy's name. Is it Matt Gaetz or
Matt Gaetz was the guy who was the initial conversation.
So he was talking about getting briefed by like someone like an army personnel, and basically describing. The person was describing a program where they were interbreeding humans with aliens for the purpose of intergalactic communication.
Now, Matt Gaetz allegedly likes to fuck children, so I think we dismiss him, right? So, like,
I mean, I'm just saying.
Allegedly, Matt, don't sue me. I said allegedly.
But there was another guy that and I can't remember this guy's name. He's actually a current congressman, and he was being interviewed. And on the interview, he goes, "I can't really talk about this because I'm an active congressman."
Right.
But he goes, "But I will tell you that if I could say what I knew or what I've heard or what I've been told, the American people would be like, you would not sleep well at night." I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I try to think about what that would mean. And
Yeah, like what would make you not sleep?
Yeah, because like just the existence of aliens, I don't know that most people would lose sleep over that. Bro, we've seen so much shit lately, so many videos and that, but we're so overconsumed with the things we think matter. You know, like
which are very personal, right?
Yeah,
it's like, can I go to work? Can I earn a living? Can I buy groceries?
Yeah, is my political party the one winning? Is
all the very personal shit is what we worried about,
That's
man.
all we care about, bro.
Dude, if they go, oh, aliens walk among us, right? So like, I'm sure there's some folks.
We would be like, are they Republican or Democrats? Like, I really truly feel that we're that dense.
Are they Bears fans or Packers fans?
Yeah. Like, we're that dense about shit, man. Like,
do they all live in Green Bay? Yeah. Maybe.
Bro, and if you're the aliens and you come down and you observed us, are you like, yo, we can take that shit whenever we want it? Because these motherfuckers are like.
But do they want to? Right?
Right. Or are we even a threat to them? Are they just looking at us like, are we? Because I think we also make this, I think, have this perception, and even as Americans, maybe more so, that we're so much further along in our existence than everybody else. And again, and this is like a whole fucking podcast in itself, but if you look at the just Earth and the monuments and all the shit at the time, like whether it's the pyramids or the fucking Machu Picchu or whatever, like over time, and you just go, man, these advanced civilizations built these incredible structures and these incredible they had this incredible
is it incredible
existence? No, but like I think it's incredible in our thought of what the world was back then, right? When you're thinking about 5,000 years ago, we seem to think that we're impressed by the fact that they were able to do that 5,000 years ago. And I think because we think of time as like this linear space, but, and I know we've talked about this on here before, but like maybe it's not. Maybe we've been to this place in time at some point in time and we've like reset. Like maybe it's circular.
Like a reset.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
I don't know.
Like I guess the thought here is that what could possibly be, like when that guy's saying, hey, you guys would lose sleep, I don't think the existence of aliens would make us lose sleep, right? So then it's got to be, because I don't think us saying
they haven't really fucked with us yet, right?
Right. Like, I don't think that shit would bother us. So then it's, okay, what's the thing that you could say that you would keep us up at night? Would it be, hey, we've received a transmission from an alien race? And now I'm getting into like fucking Independence Day movie where they're like, yo, we're coming and we're taking your shit. Yeah. And we're 10 years out or whatever the fuck it takes. Right. Is that the thing? Or is it, yo, we can really have y'all when we want to and we haven't yet? Or like, is that the thing? Because I think the mere existence, I think crossbreeding wouldn't bother us. Not to say that we wouldn't be like, oh shit, that's crazy. But I don't think we would keep us up at night. Yeah, bro.
We already crossbreed. We're already fucked up, bro.
Appropriate when we're having scotch.
I'm just saying.
That Sean talks about us fucking sheep. And if y'all don't get that joke, y'all should have paid attention in fucking school.
I didn't get the correlation until you said it.
Scottish people are known as sheep fuckers. Yeah. That's like the racist, I guess, stereotype that you would hit Scottish people with, is that they fuck sheep. And the fact that we're having a scotch from Scotland is not lost on me. I have way too much useless racist information in my head.
Well, let me tell you a story about why aliens probably ain't worried about us. There was 3 people in California.
They're not worried about us.
They ain't worried about us, bro.
We do dumb shit all the time.
All the time.
Because Alabama's still a thing. And Florida.
3 people in California were sentenced. Oh yeah, California.
Cali, goddamn.
Was sentenced for insurance fraud after using a person in a bear costume to stage fake attacks inside a Rolls Royce and 2 Mercedes. They were seeking claims of $142,000. So, of course, the California insurance companies went after this, right? Dude, they had to they needed a they needed a wildlife biologist to confirm that it wasn't a real bear.
They
and this person
was
was fucking wearing a costume, right? And then after executing a search warrant, they recovered the freaking costume.
There's so many questions I have because, like, do you just show up when the quote unquote bear shows up with the guy, and then you're like, I gotta get close enough to pull the costume off?
Bro, what do you think was a punishment for this?
For insurance fraud?
Yeah.
What's the monetary gain from the fraud?
142,000.
1,000?
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah. They got a weekend jail program.
That's it? Oh, damn.
Followed by probation.
Yo, I mean, is it because the bear shit is kind of hilarious, so we deducted time?
Maybe because to find out that it was fake, maybe it didn't cost the insurance companies too much. I don't know, man.
It's so fucking funny, bro. Dude, it reminded me of when you're saying that, there was a story a couple weeks ago of a tour group in Mount Everest. Have you heard this shit?
No.
Bro, you know how people get to this stage in their life where
they gotta climb Mount Everest.
Shit's going too well where they want to climb Mount Everest because they're like, oh, I want to risk my life for no reason.
I'm about to be there.
I want to be there.
Yeah, I'm about to.
You want to climb Mount Everest?
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the top. I'll take a chopper. But anyway, so fucking so obviously there's a lot of people who want to climb Mount Everest and they pay for these like guides,
like tour guides,
there's training and all this shit. Well, there's been this group that's been they uncovered this massive scam where these tour guides and these insurance companies were basically in cahoots, where they were insurance company. Essentially, what they were doing is they were poisoning the groups they were taking up. So, like, you paid for them to take you. They were fucking with your food somehow. You would get sick. They would have to then obviously hire like a service to rescue you off the mountain because you couldn't continue because you were too sick. So a helicopter service and yada yada yada. So it would be like this chopper rescue service that would come get you.
Yeah.
But how the tour group was getting away with it was like they had insurance for this type of shit. So the insurance was covering the cost of you getting rescued and blah, 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 blah. So the scam was basically like, you should have never needed that in the first place. The helicopter company gets some money. The tour group gets a little bit of money. They break them off for the rescue. But bro, the number was staggering. It was like more than half of the people who were going on these trips were getting scammed. And it was all in different ways. It wasn't always like them poisoning you.
Yeah.
But there was a scam. So it was like they arrested a shit ton of people in this scam and a shit ton of companies, because it wasn't like just one company. It was basically a fuck ton of people offering this service to climb Mount Everest were involved in a scam one way or another.
Wow.
Like, you're somebody who climbed Mount Everest or attempted to and you got sick and you had to get pulled off like halfway up, a quarter of the way up, whatever it was, because are you not fuming?
I mean, but I mean, like, you can't help, right? Or at least you would believe that you can't help. Now, if you find out later on that you go like, these fuckers poisoning me.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is if you're watching
man, I'm mad as hell.
And you go, man, that was a goal, a bucket list item.
Yeah.
I went a day in, I ate some shit, whatever, I puked, and then now I'm getting, bro, that's...
Yeah, that sucks, bro.
And it's not cheap, depending on where you live in the world, and you go to climb Mount Everest, and you, like, man, I'm sure there's all kinds of class action lawsuits and all stuff that are coming from this, but, like, when you were saying the insurance fraud shit, it made me think of that, because I was like, man, that didn't get a lot of attention, because obviously I think there's a very small there's a lot, and then also there's a small subset of group of people who actually go and do that Mount Everest climb. But man, we abuse the fuck out of insurance, but also I think it just shows how much of a scam insurance is that people go out of their way to scam that shit all the time because we have such little respect and regard for it.
Yep.
Like,
bro. I mean, I would definitely be pissed, man. Mm-hmm. Dude, let me hit you up on this next one, man. So China has this crazy. This is another reason why the aliens ain't worried about us. China put a patent on an in-vehicle, so like an in-your-car toilet. All right? So a Chinese
Put a toilet in your car.
Chinese car company filed a patent on a voice-activated in-vehicle toilet that slides out from under the passenger seat.
What are you activating with your voice? You just, hey, toilet.
Yeah, I guess like a,
Go,
I don't know,
gadget, toilet.
I gotta go.
I gotta go. Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, shit comes up. Now, when I read this, I was like, I should have patented that shit back in the day, because when my kids were young, so we had, I got my car, and then like my wife's car was a minivan, and still is, but the one that she had back then, she would carry around this portable toilet.
Okay.
And I was fucking appalled. I was like, no, you gotta make them wait. Right? But she'd carry this thing around. The kids would fucking use it. I hated that thing.
Yeah. I would too.
And I was like,
it's fucking weird. Just wait till you get to wherever you're getting.
Yeah, but it was nasty. But it was like, but it was this toilet.
Like, where are you ever going that it's that long that your kids can't hold it?
So I'll tell you,
if you're on a road trip, like, just we all gotta go at some point. So we're all gonna pull over. Yeah.
So she would do this. She would have this thing in there, but my kids thought it was the greatest thing, because when they needed to go, they would go. So everyone was against me, and I'm like, why am I the only one that thinks it's weird to carry a fucking portable toilet in the car with you?
I was gonna say why, but you won't be allowed to come next week, so I'm gonna keep it to myself.
And I used to try to appeal to the better nature of my kids, and they would be like, "No, like this is good. We need this sometimes."
Yes.
Yeah. No, man. So moral of that story is, man, I should have put a patent on it about 10 years ago.
Oh, the fucking
and trying to.
I had one this whole time.
China baby too.
Slip out from the passenger seat. It's like, yo. I mean, I know we were talking about this on here a few weeks back, but it kind of goes with the whole, like, moms are trying to protect, kids from the world, and we're trying to prepare them for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, having a toilet in your car for your kids, a little much, right? Unless you're doing these extreme road trips, like all the, and in that case, I would get it, right? If you're going, that's...
Nah, bro. Pull over the side of the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bro. Like, even then,
and I have boys.
Bro, we have to let our kids face some, like the mere fact that we won't let our kids go, hey, you gotta hold it for the next 20 or 30 minutes is like the fact that we won't inconvenience them or make them go through that little bit of an uncomfortable time is fucking crazy, considering, and I think a lot of us are just trying to make up for the shitty, like, upbringings maybe that we had.
Man, was it that bad?
I don't think it was. But, but like...
But I can say, I mean, I can speak for my own family, man, where it's like my wife is like, she takes care of the kids, like, too good, right? Like, it's so good. So, like, even is
it so good that
it's so good for them.
For them as adults.
Yes,
that's what I mean. Like,
so I go, like, I mean, like, even today, there was one of my sons. He has a job, and so, but he wasn't feeling well. Like, the whole house has got some kind of fucking thing going on. Mm-hmm. Anyway, like, she packed his lunch, but then, like, in the packing of the lunch, she's got, like, this special jar that holds exactly, like, 2 portions of the medication that he's taking, and it has the serving cup, and she, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, so it's like, he has to think about
for failure, because ain't nobody gonna pack him lunch.
He has to think about nothing.
After he leaves off.
Like, she thinks about everything for them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they don't think about anything.
Right.
But
like, that's the problem.
And that is for them, though. Like, eventually they're gonna just go like,
well, it's difficult.
I gotta figure this out myself.
It's difficult because the action comes from a good place, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like her doing your wife doing that for them. It's coming from a good place. Because we don't like to see our children suffer. We don't like to see our children be inconvenienced. We're all guilty of that, right? In whatever way that it is that we kind of do that in. But I think what we leave out is that And I think the difficult part with kids is that we there's this fine line of, well, they can, like, because I do this. Well, there's this innocence that I want them to have, and they have their whole life to
be an adult.
To be an adult and have this shitty thing. Unfortunately, what happens is that also the youth and these years that are under, let's say, under 18, wherever that starts, right? Let's say 12 to 18. You are kind of who you are, and in terms of like what you've been programmed, in terms of your work ethic and what you see as like the world being around you. Like I say this all the time, who you are at 27 is probably who you're going to be for the rest of your life. Like 27, 28. Like
I think it's before that.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I think I'm giving people too much credit. And I think a lot of that happens with how you're raised, right? Like if you are coddled as a child and you don't get a chance to overcome adversity, no matter how small, I think you don't learn the value of problem solving and overcoming adversity. And we do this thing where we minimize this thing and we say, well, I just want to take that off their plate, because in our mind we're doing them, I think it comes with good intentions, right? Like we're doing them this service and we don't want them to worry about the things that we worried about. But what you're taking away from them are these basic human problem solving instincts. Like, bro, human babies and children are already at the bottom of the fucking food chain in life. If you think about every creature in existence, baby's born, you're on your own.
A lot of
we gotta keep y'all around for 18 years because you're too stupid to survive on your own. Meanwhile, Bambi fucking gives birth, and that shit
is it only 18?
Yeah, bro. You're right.
Sure?
Some of you motherfuckers gonna be around till 30 something with mom, and I don't want to say it, but y'all gotta go home. Meaning not mom's home, but like. Bro, we're the only animal, quote unquote, the only species in the animal kingdom that does shit this way. Like, very few animals give birth to an offspring that keep them around this long. Like, humans, for advanced as we are, we're very fucking stupid when we're in terms of like in our lifespan. Our first like 15 years are pretty fucking dumb, right? And we're incapable of taking care of ourselves.
You know what's odd, man, is like, humans have the ability to reproduce pretty early on. Mm-hmm. When I say early, right? Early as far as our societal norms, right?
Our
so
societal, We're like 10 years ahead.
12, 13, you're able to freaking reproduce.
And for some people, it's even earlier than that. Yeah.
Right. And so it's odd that, well, I mean, obviously we view that as too young, and I don't disagree with that. But biologically, we're not. And so we go societal norms as like, okay, well, that's way too early. And again, I don't disagree with that. And then we go, well, okay, 18 is a quote unquote adult. But I think in at least here in the US, in society, 18 is still considered a kid. 20 is still considered like you're a kid.
Yeah. But
it's
100 years ago, 12, you'd have been fighting in a war.
Yeah,
for your village, and I'm not saying that's good either. But
no, but I mean, but yeah.
But going back to your thing, I think that the intent of having the toilet in the car, whether you're a mom or you're China, is great. I think there is something that you're taking away from your kids that's very difficult to undo if you don't get to it early enough by doing some shit like that. Like it seems like an oversimplification of it, but your kids have to face adversity, even if it's, I gotta hold my pee 15 more minutes till I get home. Like, there has to be something that we don't save them from all the time. Like, and in reality, if you think about it, it's really not for them. We provide these conveniences sometimes to our kids because we don't want to deal with it. And by us not wanting to deal with it, we rob them of the opportunity to learn how to deal with it, right? Because if your kid doesn't have the toilet in the car and he uses the bathroom on themselves, right? There's a shame and an embarrassment and a nickiness and whatever, and all the shit that comes with that goes along with that, right? And maybe not the first time or the second time, but like eventually.
No, it becomes like a core memory, man, when you go like, I can't do that shit.
I can't do that shit, right? And so, but unfortunately for us, we become like the person who's got to clean it up and who's got to do shit. And so I think we start to act with intentions that we think are good and we're pure, where we're like, oh, we want them to be comfortable and we want to provide this. But subconsciously, it's also, we don't want to deal with the aftermath of if you don't, because you're going to fuck this up. And I think what we do is we rob them of the chances that we had to become like problem solving human beings and become human beings that are resistant or can overcome adversity, no matter how small. Because I think that's a mistake we make, is that we just go, well, that's tiny. Well, that's tiny. And then it's like, well, what do you think is the thing that's worthy of you putting them through? Like, what's the thing that you go, oh, that's worthy of a task or of a hardship that they have to go through? And then it's like, well, if they haven't even been able to go through the smallest of hardships, how do you expect them to get to the tough ones when they get there? I don't know, man. I'm older. That's the Scotch.
No, man. I don't know what those things are. I think it's obviously different for everybody, but
China just coming for y'all, and they want toilets in their fucking cars. So when they come here and invade us in a bunch of Chinese Teslas, they don't gotta stop. They can get all the way to Kansas City and Idaho, just fucking us up in one Model 3 with a toilet. Fuck you, China. Bro, I gotta stop fucking with y'all. I said this as a joke, and I'm not gonna be allowed. I'm gonna try to travel and stuff, and I'm not gonna be allowed in the country. I keep saying.
Speaking of the Model 3, man, I saw the new Model 3. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have one. So,
I know.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's still kind of plain, but I kind of liked it, man. Anyway, man, listen. In keeping with dumb human shit, what's up with the Amazon worker?
Yo, someone evidently, allegedly died at Amazon in a warehouse, and the employees were told to just work around it. Work around the dead body.
Do you know how they passed? Like heart attack or whatever?
Yeah, I feel like now it might be a heart issue or something. But at the time, nobody knew. They just collapsed. Died.
Dude, I guess you just call the cops and you just go, yo, leave them. But
you can't move.
Keep going.
But instead of shutting down operations.
What if that's what if that's like, I mean, what it is?
Your supervisor.
No, what if it's it's your coworker. Like, it's somebody that you fucking see on a daily basis. We know people that we've worked with that have passed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, one day they're at work and the next day they're fucking dead.
Yeah.
That shit is weird, bro.
It's fucking tough. Yeah.
Could you imagine them dying on the job? And then somebody going, nah, you gotta keep fucking working, leave them there.
I'm fucked up because I started thinking about the people I don't like. That I worked with, that I was like, oh, I could have worked around them.
There was one dude he didn't die.
That you could have worked around.
No. There was, when people get, I want to say there was one guy that I knew that actually passed.
Yeah, no, we have. Yeah, I worked with a few people. But I had a weird time period where, like, within 2 years, like, a bunch of people that I worked with had passed.
Yeah?
It was really bizarre. Yeah,
older or no?
No. It was like sudden, unexpected, like,
wow.
Yeah. It was like 2 or 3 people who, like, one of them was like some kind of cancer. I can't remember. I'm going to take a stab and say it was like pancreatic, I think.
Okay.
But it was like, let's say they collapsed at work in like October. By December, they had passed. And then they collapsed at work, found out they had cancer, didn't know before that.
So they didn't come back to work?
Didn't come back to work because they were like going through treatment or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they passed. And it was like, they woke up that day, went to work like a normal fucking Tuesday or whatever it was, And I had that like in a 2-year span. I think I saw that like 3 times or something like that. It was really weird. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because I had like when we worked together, we had some people pass, but it wasn't like a lot. It was like
no.
In a decade, it was like once or twice, maybe. Yeah. Right? Like, well, twice. I can remember off the top of my head. Right? So it was like 3. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was like 3 times off top. So it was like.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 3 times. So it wasn't like very common per se in comparison to the amount of people you interact with. But it still happened. I can't imagine being at work and then being like, oh, you got to work around these people. But, man, as I'm saying this, I work around some people that I'm like...
I work.
I don't want to say I work.
Not only would I work, not only would I keep working, I'll step over you.
Be the greatest productivity of all time. Yeah, we've all worked with people where we're like, yeah, fuck them. I'm not saying I would work around you in a warehouse, but I would not work around you.
I may or may not run over you with the forklift.
And I'm going to say, because I don't want to get them in trouble by saying who they are and how they are associated with me, but I know someone in the Amazon space. And they said, and this is an insider, that they are not surprised that this is the case.
Really?
They were like, that is very on brand for Amazon.
Wow.
Allegedly. Amazon don't sue us. I said allegedly. Don't Don't fuck with it. Y'all forget now. I'll be hearing shit and I'll listen to a pod and we'll say something and I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta say allegedly before because I talk too much shit.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get sued eventually for saying something about
No
somebody.
one.
So I gotta lead it with allegedly.
I think we're up to like 12 listeners, so we're good.
I don't know, man. Yo, in our social for the last week, people been talking mad shit. We've been called dumb. We've been called retarded. We've been called, we never said we were smart. We've been called so much shit this last week. I was like, I gotta stop checking these messages. Like,
that's funny, man. I don't look at any of them.
Nah, it's amazing because some people will go out of their way, like of their busy lives and stuff, to like message of how ain't shit we are.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing. I love it. Don't stop, please.
We love it, even though I haven't seen it. Yeah.
You know what I like? I like to click on their profile and then see what their life looks like. And then I'm like, this is that type of shit. Like, please know you're never going to hurt my feelings. Like, ever. It's like, but I love it. Keep interacting. Because I like to talk shit with people. And I think there's a level of petty that I aspire to that I have not hit, believe it or not.
What?
Yeah. There's still more for me to grow. I'm always looking to improve, bro. My only competition is me. I just want to be better than I was yesterday. And that includes my petty.
Yo, did you see this story about your old boy, man, Coach Vrabel?
Ooh, I did.
All right.
Now, do we have to talk about this?
We have to, man. We got to talk about this.
All right.
Mike Vrabel is the coach for the New England Patriots.
Mike Vrabel. Why we
NFL. I would say premier NFL team. There's a reason why I want to talk about it, man. Because
premier NFL team, premier
NFL, franchise. Obviously, those of you, if you don't even watch football, like you know who Tom Brady is, you know that who
the Patriots are.
Yeah, the Patriots. Anyway, so he was caught with an NFL, I guess, analyst. Right?
Reporter.
Diana Rossini.
Yeah.
And they were photographed at some like resort in Arizona.
Yeah.
Right? And so it showed them like embracing, holding hands, sitting together at the pool.
Yeah.
Right? So obviously, I think both of them are married.
Yeah, and I want to say
the
embrace shit. So when I read the article, and then I saw the pictures, I go, if I just saw the pictures first, I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
Yeah.
The article over embellished, in my opinion, what it felt like. Because the embrace was a normal hello. I guess the difference is that you're poolside and people are, I wouldn't even say they were in bathing suits, but because she was like in a cover up or about to be in a bathing suit or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was in like a t-shirt still. It's not like they were like shirtless and bikini. And
I think the one that I saw, he was shirtless.
Oh,
but he's shirtless he's in a bathing suit. But he's in a swimsuit. Yeah.
But I think the ones I saw, it was like, it just looked like two friends saying hi. I guess when I initially saw the picture, But go ahead.
So no, man. So like this whole thing, it was like she ends up like resigning. She worked for the Atlantic. She ended up resigning. And then Vrabel actually, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, came out and said that he had to have some difficult competitions.
Yeah, with his family. You see the pictures and your wife or whatever's looking at those photos, and she's like, "Why are you hugging? Why are you shirtless? Or why are you in swim trunks, a poolside hugging some chick?" Right? Like, I don't know what that dynamic is like, but Diana Rossini has covered Mike Vrabel for a very long time.
Okay.
I can't remember if she was the reporter specifically for the Titans or the Patriots, but basically she was like almost assigned. So she had seen Mike Vrabel every week or whatever, every day for her job for a very, very long time. So it's not like some dude you just know through work.
Right.
It's like someone you've been covering for a long time. I'm sure she gets a lot of, like inside tips or whatever. And so when I saw the video, I can see both sides of it. I could see your wife or your husband being upset if you're whatever party, but I thought to myself, if I just saw the photos, would I be upset? Or if I saw the headline and then the photos, would I be upset?
Right.
Because if I just saw the photos and I didn't see the headline,
does the headline lead you to believe
and I knew, so if that's my wife, right? And I go, okay, that's my wife, and I know what industry she's in. I know she's friends with these people. I know she meets with them all the time. I know maybe I talked to her that day and she tells me, oh yeah, I met with Mike Vrabel. We were by the pool. We all hung out. I saw them, yada, 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 yada. Right? And I just see the picture pop out. I probably go, oh, that's funny because I know what it's like, right? If I'm involved and I know enough, right? However, if she doesn't tell me anything and she hides some shit, and then I read this headline that goes, "Oh, she's caught with," and then I see the photo, I might feel some type of way. Like I think perception and like how it's introduced to you is a lot of things, and also, listen, man, I'm Latino. I don't want my girl hugging nobody. I don't even care if you got clothes, no things. Like, first off, hug me. You ain't got to hug nobody else. Well, I'll give you all the hugs you want.
Here's the other thing, man. They apparently both hired crisis communications experts, right? And
they're doing too much. This shit's gonna blow over by the week.
Oh no, absolutely. But here's the other thing, man. So she ends up resigning, right? Probably,
which tells me you have a shitty relationship with your employer to begin with.
Probably forcefully,
right? Hey, you gotta resign or ready.
But on his side, I'm going like he didn't have to do anything, right? So you got.
Well, there's always a double standard, right?
That too, and also, but I also go. Mike Vrabel makes the Patriots a lot of money.
Not only that, I don't even know that it's that. Mike Vrabel was the difference between 4-12 and a Super Bowl appearance.
Mike Vrabel makes the Patriots a lot of money. You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
and so it's just like no, there's a value to that, right? And it just kind of goes to show that like if you like. It's almost like money almost solves everything. Almost. Not everything. Right? Because if you...
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit. Like
in this case...
There's not a lot that money can't solve.
Dude, how many times have we seen professional athletes do some foul shit and then depending on how good they are, it's overlooked?
But that applies to life.
Yeah.
If you provide value...
That's right.
In any way, shape, or form, we're willing to look the other way.
We'll overlook shit.
And I don't necessarily think that that's wrong. I think we give you as much of a leash as you earn in any way, shape, or form, or however that is. Because, like, bro, think about, you've managed people, right, in your career. I've had conversations with people where, like, well, you always do X. Let's say you have an employee that's late all the time. I've had this conversation with an employee before where it's like, well, you didn't tell so-and-so the same thing. And, I was like, well, you're late fucking 5 times a month. They're late 1 time every 6 months. So, yeah, I didn't treat them the same because I'm not giving you the same runway that I gave them because they're always on time. And so they've earned the right.
Right.
And they're an overperformer. So it's like not only are they never late, they overperform. So I don't give a fuck if they're late once every 6 months. In fact, I would encourage them to be late every month because they are that good. You, on the other hand, suck.
Yeah.
And you're late all the time. And and I've had that conversation verbatim.
And you're on your 3rd warning.
Yeah, bro. And I tell this shit to my kids all the time. Bro, fair is something where there's elephants, bro. Life is not fair. Like, you get what you earn, and sometimes you don't even get that. And you kind of just gotta take it and roll with it. And this is going back to the whole shit before of like, you can't rob your kids of the opportunity to just learn shit. It's like, hey man, shit sometimes gonna happen that is quote unquote unfair. That's just the way shit happens.
Yeah.
Like I can't save you from that. Your mama can't save you from that. Like you just gotta roll with it. I think in this instance, if Diana Rossini is more valuable to her company, is this a big story? I don't know. Maybe not. I think the double standard's always been there. Like, he's Mike Vrabel. Like, are the Patriots with an owner who's been accused of getting fucking massages that he's paid for and all that? Like, are you gonna take that stance, that hypocritical stance there, or are you gonna do what they did, which is kind of like, we'll let this play out and we'll do it. And then, to be honest with you, if they just ignore it and we get to the draft and draft picks happen and there's first picks and there's second picks and A.J. Brown gets traded and blah, 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 nobody gives a fuck about Mike Vrabel hanging out poolside with some reporter in Phoenix during the owners' meetings. And I just don't think we give a shit.
Dude, to be honest, man, I don't even give a shit if there's more to it than what the photos show.
It's none of my business, bro. It's none of my business, him and his family and her and her family.
Right.
I also think
for both of them, your jobs shouldn't be affected. Like I don't see
agree.
why, unless there was something in her or either one of their contracts that goes, yo, no fraternization with anybody you interview or get interviewed by.
I think the only thing that I can think of, like to play devil's advocate, is if you're Diana Rossini and you work for the Athletic,
Yep.
and your job is to be biased, and you have these sources that give you inside information, that if you, I'm not saying she did, but if you have a relationship with Mike Vrabel that is inappropriate, are you divulging information to Mike Vrabel that gives him an advantage? And right, because that's your whatever. Like your boyfriend, your side piece, or your good friend, whatever Mike Vrabel is to her. Does she go, yo, I heard the Buffalo Bills, like they told me this because
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, if there's any kind of like fraternization rules,
right? But not even fraternization. But does it become does it interfere with your integrity and in terms of like how you carry out your job? Because dude, so much of journalism is protecting sources and having information that you don't, that like, like Shams from the NBA. Shams is like, he breaks a story, or Adam Schefter with NFL, he breaks a story, and it's like, Adam Schefter has these relationships where he's the first fucking person to know everything because he's built this trust and this with teams and with certain players and with certain front offices and all that they tell him shit first, and so he's able to break it, and so his value is in the relationships that he's built, which is why ESPN or whoever keeps him employed, because they're calling Adam Schefter, they're not calling ESPN, right?
Yeah,
and so for Diana Rossini, does it become one of those where if you're the Athletic, you're going, hey, the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins aren't going to call us because you're fucking the coach, allegedly, to the Patriots. And so are you going to tell him, shit that they've talked to you about, hey, this guy's hurt. Or hey, we're thinking about trading this guy.
We can't trust that you
or hey, we're doing this game plan around so and so, and now you tell Mike Vrabel, and now he can prepare better for it. So the devil's advocate part of me goes, okay, you can't have an inappropriate relationship with an NFL coach if your job is to cover the NFL, because now, if you're the Athletic, you have to worry about, well, what aren't teams telling her because they assume she's going to go back and tell her.
Right.
Is the only thing I can think of. Whereas if you're Mike Vrabel, there really isn't a downside, because I guess the downside is, does he give her more insider access and more insider information that other reporters don't have?
Right.
And to that I would say, luck of the draw. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
Like if you're a news thing, it's like you should have fucked Mike Vrabel. I don't know. like how bad do you want that inside scoop, Adam Schefter?
How we doing on time?
We're 57 minutes, man. About to be 58. Really.
That's good.
Yo,
that's
we
good.
be going through these shit so fast. But also, I feel like I said nothing in the last.
And dude, you gotta tell me about Spirit Airlines, because we have done Spirit Airlines on here, I think, a few times over the last few years.
Yeah.
And it's been like
we've had some great stories.
Yes. So hit me with the Spirit Airlines joint. What's up?
I'm conflicted because there's a take I could take with Spirit Airlines.
Are you gonna fucking compliment them?
No, but if I take the shot at them that I want to take at them, I could potentially risk my employment. So.
Oh, okay. So
what I will say is Spirit Airlines is currently going through a bankruptcy.
Okay.
And they have asked the rumor allegedly is that they have told the government that they are seeking a bailout package from the government, similar to what happened after the that crash,
auto, right? The auto shit.
Right, the auto and the banking industry. And so as part of this bailout package, what they have asked from the U.S. government is that they say, hey, you bail us out, we give you equity in Spirit Airlines. So essentially the U.S. government would own a percentage of Spirit Airlines. That is unusual.
Are they publicly traded?
Ooh, Spirit Airlines? I think so. Yes, but also, so I'm going to give you the answer to that right now. I think they are. Yeah, they are. They're a publicly traded company, and they are on the New York. Oddly enough, they're New York Stock Exchange. I I can't remember, but the initials are SAVE. So do with that information what you will. Save Q after the company filed for Chapter 11 now. But what's the stock price?
I was going to say what's the stock price right now.
So let's see. Spirit Airlines stock price. Let's see. I'm very curious to see where it's at today. Ooh. I might buy fucking 50. Bro, it's up 122.22% today. It's at 60 cents.
Oh, wow.
And that's up 122.22%. I might, but live on the pod, I might buy 5011 stocks of Spirit Airlines. Because they get bailed out. I can't imagine that 60 cents will stick. It's an interesting conversation because the U.S. government has bailed out companies in the past, and under similar structures, right? There was equity, or the equity was used as collateral against loans, essentially. Like Bush bailed out a lot of companies when things crashed in 08.
I feel like those bailouts were sort of like they were like, say, like the auto industry, right, or even the banking industry. There was a lot of, I think there was a lot at stake. Not only like job wise, but even just as the economy as a whole.
You don't think we should just let Ford fold or figure out a way to?
Yes, but not. But I don't know if you do Ford and Chevy and Chrysler and
just by devil's advocate. Why not?
Because
I'm not saying I think.
I'll tell you.
Like,
so for one, I think the biggest reason is because you have like essentially if the big three fold, there's thousands of jobs lost at one time. So you're talking about impacting like whole like cities.
But how was that different than, I guess, what happened to Detroit in the first place when a lot of auto manufacturing moved out of Detroit? Or today, where a lot of AI has replaced, like Disney announced 1,000 layoffs this week, fucking Oracle announced a bunch of layoffs the week before that, Meta announced a bunch of, all these tech companies have let go of probably 20,000 people in the last, let's say, 2 months. Like, I guess, how is that different from Ford and Chevy and Dodge and whoever just all?
Yeah, so the only thing I would say is like, it's no different in principle, but I think that those companies not only had major strongholds in major cities, but also in I guess subsidiary cities. But it's just like a lot. And again, I don't think from an economy standpoint, I don't think that I don't think you should save any company. I think you should let things sort of happen.
Survival of the fittest, man.
Yes. So I agree with that. But I understand the concept of going, if we let these guys fail, then here's all of the potential American voters that are impacted by this, and what does this mean to our campaigns in the future? Remember, from a political standpoint, man, it's all about maintaining power. So it's like, how do you maintain power if you just go, we're gonna let this industry, you're gonna let these, not the industry, but you're gonna let these, like, those three major car companies, I wish I knew, I could look it up, how many employees they had at the time.
I don't disagree, but like, I think
that's a lot.
You don't think they could have went out to private equity and gotten sold and like, it would be a much leaner company, but they would have gotten somebody to buy them. Perhaps. Or they would have gotten somebody to merge, or they would have gotten
Toyota just buys them all up.
Toyota just buys them all.
Then it'd be a monopoly.
I'm not saying all of them, right? And I don't really know the economics between all of it and what it impacts. But like, to me, it goes, what makes them that much more important than any other company? And also, what made that time much more important than any other time in American history? Because like if you go through Detroit, you and I have made fun of Detroit on this podcast in the past, like having both been there. Detroit at one point in time was like the golden age for executives tied to the automobile industry, and you can see it in the old abandoned mansions and yada yada. Just they were, the prominence and the prosperity that place had experienced at a given point in time was unmatched in the United States, right? And then it just went away, right? For whatever reason, right? Like jobs moved because of unions and because things were cheaper to move into other cities. And so Detroit's not that anymore. I guess what makes like the bailout in 08, 09 different from the bailouts we didn't do to Detroit over that period of time where they decided to move their jobs to the Carolinas and to Mexico and to Canada and to why then?
And I don't know the answer to that. I think that perhaps they learned something from the sort of the first time and then thought, okay, well maybe we need to do this bailout the second time. Again, I don't know. The only thing I can think of, man, is like I said, I think it's just the massive amount of layoffs that would happen. And like you said, the first time that it happened in Detroit, we both seen like firsthand what happened to Detroit.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a safe face if you're
I think from a politician, from a
face.
political standpoint, man, right? You just go, yeah, we'll bail them out and save the city, and then you sort of get the people, like the auto industry, like they're all like it's all union.
Yeah.
And if you go, yo, like the Democrats or the Republicans literally saved our jobs, saved our communities,
right, that's
our schools, and now like you get almost like lifelong patronage.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's what I think it is. I don't think it's anything like, out of the goodness of our heart we're gonna do this because we know it's not.
Everything is always like some political game that you're playing long term, right? Like, and I do understand that, and I do understand the necessity behind that. Even I think where I go to, and maybe this is a character flaw, is like I almost want I make it make sense in terms of like I understand why you do it this time and not that time, but then I really wish like the people would see that and that would affect their decision making in terms of how they think about their parties or how they think about the people in charge or how they think about, because like we'll be quick to be hypocritical about like decisions made by the parties that we like because we support them blindly versus I think understanding the nuance, because what you're describing here is like, hey, there's a nuance behind why they did this and people understand that nuance. And to be honest, man, I think a lot of lower class people don't understand the nuance. I think there's a lot of people who've been laid off from jobs and offices and companies who go, I don't get why there's auto in the shoes. I just got laid off when I left and my company just shuttered. Like, why are they special? And I get that. I get that argument as well. And I also get the argument for bailing them out, to your point, because maybe they're quote unquote too big to fail. Or they hold, like the other part is like, do they hold so much debt to the U.S. government that if they fail, the U.S. government will lose a lot of money, or like to your point, or is there an election that's entirely at stake by not bailing them out? Like, I don't know, they lost that election anyway. So it's like if you think about that party, like Bush bailed out the banks and the automobile industry, and then the subsequent election that happened within 6 months, Obama took over, who was a Democrat. So like it didn't work out from that standpoint. I don't know, man. It feels like a very relevant topic because in a lot of ways, I think we're entering into that territory right now, not just for Spirit, but I think in general, whether it's AI, whether it's the economy, whether it's inflation, I think we're entering this time frame right now where bailouts or government assistance or universal income things and all of these conversations become more and more important and I think and dominate the economic sphere, I guess, or the like the basics of the way the economics are set up in the world and in America right now. And I think a lot of that is going to change right now. And maybe a lot of it stays the same, but I think a lot of it is going to change given the current climate for sure. In ways that I think we don't expect them to, and in ways that I don't think we've ever seen them change. Like I think there's going to be some new things in the next, I would say 24 to 36 months that we've never seen happen that we're going to have to be agile to and have to respond to in terms of like we've never dealt with something as disruptive as AI in terms of like the speed that it's doing it. Like, right, like yes, we had the car come along and maybe if you had a horse and buggy industry, like that went away overnight. But I think AI is like having the horse and buggy and then the airplane and then the train and then, like all that shit happened within a week span. It's like, it's exponential how quickly it's changing, like day by day by day by day by day. Like just technologies like that in general. But I think AI has made that even quicker. Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, man, let's get out of here. On that, tell them where they can find us.
Woo! Obviously not on anybody's Christmas list who supports Mike Vrabel and or
we didn't say nothing about it.
We didn't say nothing. Or anybody in China. After Carbon Film Podcast on IG, on YouTube, on Facebook, at Carbon FE Pod on X, at Carbon Film Podcast on TikTok, and then all your favorite or not favorite or anywhere where you just listen to your audio or podcasts, so Audible, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Geo7, TuneIn, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Radio Cast, Geo7, Ghana. I feel like I repeated those, but yeah, anywhere where you get your audio, Audible. Tell your smart devices to play us. Tell Alexa to play us. Tell your Google Home to play us. Tell Siri to play us. Tell your Android phones. I mean, literally anything and everything. Your HTC, we're on there. If we're not, then let us know. But I find it hard to believe that we wouldn't be on a platform that you're using right now. Deezer is the other one I didn't mention. So yeah, hit us up. Get us on there. Also, if you're not using any of the major ones, like, come on, what are you doing? But, dude, random fact.
Go.
We get listened to more on web browsers on PCs than any other format.
That's because we're old.
Isn't this fucking weird? You would think it would be a phone. And that shit hurt my feelings now that you said that. Like, more than
my
phones.
feelings ain't hurt.
Nah,
that's my people.
I'm shallow, so I'm hurt.
Or it's at work.
Right. So it's you listen to us at work, which we appreciate. Like, we know whatever you're doing.
Have us on in the background. Right, I mean, you know. So
matter of fact, just start from the new episode and then work your way back. Just let it ride the whole day. Keep listening to it. But it is wild to me that we are listened to more on desktop applications than any other
I ain't mad at it.
Platform right now.
I ain't mad.
I'm perplexed.
And as always, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.